Hi everybody, it's Carrie Adam with runningmoms.com and welcome to this webinar. Today we're going to be talking about how to transform your health and how you can go from sofa to sensational in 30 days. And that's a bit of a dramatic title for me. I'm not usually so dramatic, but that is what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about how you can get up, what exact action steps you can take so that you can get up, get moving, make some simple changes in your life so that you can start to feel sensational in 30 days. And I'm Carrie Adam. I'm a physiotherapist. I'm a health and running coach. I am a mom. Those are my two guys there. And my mission with Running Moms and with everything I do is to get more moms moving, because when moms move, kids move, and everybody is healthier and happier. And my goal in life is to be able to keep up with these two, because if I'm not physically fit and fueling us all for growing and activity and being crazy, I'm not going to be able to keep up with them. They're going to leave me behind, and I don't want to get left behind them. My goal in life with them is to have fun, is to go on adventures. It's to go on hikes and camping trips and bike rides and runs together. And my ultimate goal with my kids one day is to hike the West Coast Trail with them. So it's to be able to keep up with them, to be able to raise them so that they're going to want to do it, they're going to be able to do it, and that we can all do it together as a family. So that's a little bit about me. And why I'm starting this webinar, why I'm doing this webinar today, is because in my trainings, I started Running Moms just doing learn to run 5K, 10K, half marathons. And that first week, everyone jumps into the group. They're excited to start. They can't wait to go. They're committed. And then 3-4 weeks, the groups go silent and some people go missing, and I can't get a response from them, and I lose them. And that makes me sad, because I was always so sad, because what could I have done differently? How could I change my programs to keep them engaged, to keep them going? And the truth is, when you sign up for a Learn to Run 5K program, there's a very structured plan to follow week by week. And when you have a bad week and you're just beginning and you fall behind, it's so easy to just feel overwhelmed and then quit because you're not keeping up with everybody else, and you feel disappointed in yourself. So, there's nothing else I could really do in the 5K program, because you do need to keep up in the program. But what I could do was to get people ready, to get them in the mood, in the movement habit to join one of these groups. So what I realized was that it wasn't that I was doing anything wrong in these groups, it's that these people were in the wrong groups. If you're not ready to take on a program, or you're not ready to commit at that level yet, you're not going to be successful, and then you're going to feel bad and you're going to quit. And I don't want that. So I've created a series of workshops, and I've created programs that kind of get you geared up, get you set up to feeling good and having success that isn't so structured and rigid like a training plan. It's more loose, it's more real, it's simpler to just implement into your life. And that's what we're going to talk about today, about 4 simple strategies that you can implement starting right now into your life, so that you can get yourself ready for running, because running is hard. Lifestyle change is hard. It does not happen overnight. And if you take too much on at once, it's just too overwhelming. I don't want it to be. So we're going to work through some simple action steps, you guys, that you can take today. And there's a couple really powerful takeaways in this group before you ever start into any of my running groups, or before you start into any of your own running groups. And it's why diets and fad exercise programs don't work, because it's all in or nothing, and then you end up quitting and it doesn't work, and you're back maybe worse off than you started. So why should you listen to me? Well, I'm a physiotherapist, I'm a health, wellness, and running coach, and that is a powerful combination for the work that I'm doing here with Running Moms and in these webinars, because I have the medical training, I have the experience, I have the resources to get you the right information that you need for any question that comes up, you guys. And I'm able to keep it real. And coach is a very loose term these days. There's no regulatory body on what a coach is, but you can be sure that when I'm telling you something here, it's because it comes from my experience and my training and my passion and energy to get you the information that you need And I'm also a mom. I'm also busy. I also struggle through the same things you do, and I have the information and the education, and it's still hard. So I fully understand where you're coming from. I get the struggle. I have two little kids, they're 3 and 5. I have a couple businesses, I have a job. I still have to do all the cooking, all the cleaning, all the laundry, basically all the kids' grooming. I mean, I have a husband, but he has his own job and he does his own thing, and you know how that rolls. So I get it, you guys. And these are the strategies that I use when I was really struggling after I had kids, because I did. I really struggled. I couldn't prioritize myself. I couldn't get out. I wasn't eating properly. I was skipping meals thinking I was going to save calories. I wasn't eating the right foods, and I ended up eating all this crap in the afternoon and feeling tired and lethargic and grouchy and frustrated with my health, my fitness, my life, where I was going. So I fully get the struggle. Like, it's real. I still deal with it every day, but I'm able to pull myself up and prioritize myself, because I know if I don't take care of me, nobody else is going to. And if mom's not happy, then it's pretty hard for anyone else to be happy. I'm sure you understand that. So we are going to start off today. Grab a piece of paper or comment below, you guys. Comment below anytime through this, so that I know you're there, I know you're listening, and I can answer your questions as we go. Why are you here? You can write these down and get to them later, even if you can't, if you need some time to actually sit somewhere quiet and think about this, because you might. That's what I did when I did this years back, and I still do this now. Why am I doing this? What made you sign up for this webinar? How do you want to feel in your life and in your body? These are big questions. And if there's only one thing that you can take away from this whole workshop with me today, this is it. This is the most important thing that you can learn, that you can work through, that you can focus on right now and right today. It's, how do you really want to feel, you guys? Ask yourself this question. Do you want to feel fit? Do you want to feel healthy? Do you want to feel sensational, sexy, confident? Do you want to feel comfortable naked in bed with your husband at night? Like, how many people want to still have sex in the dark because you feel so bad about your body? And I want you to think about these. These are real questions for us. And I know, because I get emails all the time, that people want to lose weight, but how do you want to feel when that weight is off? How do you want to feel in your clothes? It's a really powerful question. And then more than that, dig a little bit deeper, is why is that important for you? Why do you want to feel sexy? Why do you want to feel unstoppable and strong and comfortable in your clothes? What would that mean to you? Why is it important? And for me, a big why I already mentioned before is because I want to keep up with my kids. I don't want to get left behind. I don't want to feel overweight and uncomfortable when I'm with my husband. I want to feel powerful and confident and sexy, because I want to have strength. I want to have strong connections with my life and my body and my mind, because I've been on the other side of that and I don't want to go back there. So I want you guys to ask yourself those questions. And then what we're going to cover in this workshop webinar, sorry, I use those words interchangeably. We're going to talk about 4 powerful strategies that you can start to implement today to get you off the couch and feeling sensational. We're going to work through the 3 most common roadblocks to incorporating these strategies into your life and how you can easily overcome them. We're going to talk about how to assess what level you are really at right now, and then what you need to do to work up, to get up from there and get fit and sensational from whatever level you're at. We're going to talk about the one thing you can start doing today that will make the biggest difference and results in your life. And we're going to talk about the secret to simple, time-saving exercise that will have you on your way to being toned, fit, and energized. And that's another dramatic topic for me. And we're going to talk about how to set a realistic and attainable goal, and what action you can start to take now to get you going forward from here. And before we get into anything, the first thing that you can do, again, this is the second big takeaway, is to have a powerful mindset shift. And that's going from getting away from I need to diet and exercise to I need to eat and train. If you can change your mindset, you're going to start to get results. I want you guys to think like athletes. I really believe that being a mom is like being a high performing athlete. We're always on, we're always going, there's no breaks. We're always on, and we have to be high performing. We can't just go for a nap or go away for the weekend or take a break or drink a lot of wine and not have to wake up in the morning, because we do have to get up in the morning. We are high performing athletes, you guys, and we need to treat ourselves that way. I'm really, really passionate about this. And we need to focus on eating real food and moving, as opposed to dieting, calorie restricting, drinking shakes that aren't food, because I don't want my kids learning about that. I don't want my kids thinking they have to exercise or they have to drink a shake. I want my kids knowing what real food is, how they're going to prepare it, how it tastes good, how it fuels their body, how it gives them energy. And I want them to get outside and I want them to move. I want them to want to participate in sports if they want, but they also can climb mountains and go hiking and go kayaking and run on the beach and just play. So I want you guys to think about training as opposed to exercising, and they're very different mindset aspects. It's a different mindset. And so we're going to get into our 4 strategies here of what you can do, things you can implement. The first one is just to get moving. I mean, we all know, studies show 30 minutes of physical activity most days is beneficial. We know this. This is the boring stuff. I'm not going to lecture you guys on all this. You can read through the slide, because science shows us over and over and over again that the benefits of physical activity on our health, our emotional and our physical health, are significant. Again, I should always note that you need to check with your healthcare provider before starting a new exercise routine. I can't monitor, diagnose, or treat you from over here, so that's up to you to take care of your safety. So talk to a doc if you know. Again, research suggests all this stuff. I'm not even going to waste time on it, because we know it prevents heart attacks, strokes, dementia, controls blood sugars, cancer, and enhances health, prolongs life. But what's most important is knowing where you are right now. Where are you starting from, you guys? And I see this all the time. Again, in that 5K program, people sign up. Yes, I'm going to run. But they've been sitting on the couch. Our lives are busy, 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 and they're sedentary. And lifestyle changes are really, really hard. Like, we know what we should be doing, right? Like, we know we should be exercising. We know we should be eating fruit and vegetables. We know we should be drinking water, but we're not doing it. So you need to really figure out and be honest with yourself where you are now, because if you set this huge goal of running a marathon next month or this training season, but you're not even running at all, like, you're going to get injured, you're going to get hurt, you're going to fail, and you're going to feel crappy, and there's no point in that. Set a goal that is attainable, that's a little bit of a challenge for you, but not too much of a challenge that you can't do it. We need to be realistic. We are busy. We do get sick. The kids get sick. We have to give ourselves a little slack so that we can experience some success. Because when you're experiencing success and you're doing the right things, it's going to be this positive cycle of good energy, and you're just going to keep going. But when you set yourself up with failure and not achieving your goals, it's a negative thing, right? And then you start feeling bad about yourself and you quit, and you can just see where that downward spiral can take you as opposed to the positive spiral. So where are you guys? Where are you right now? Be honest with yourself. Write it down on a piece of paper. Comment below. Tell me, are you doing nothing? Are you running a little bit? Are you sporadic? Are you fit doing other things? Do you walk consistently? Like, where are you? What are you currently doing right now? What can you honestly say you're doing? And if you're doing nothing, you need to start doing something. Like, simply get out walking. Don't complicate it. Seriously, don't overcomplicate it. Just get out and get moving. And you want to aim for 3 to 4 days consistently each week, because if you can commit to 3 to 4 days consistently each and every week, that becomes a habit. Exercise now, movement now is a habit for you. And it's going to be something that's a part of your life. And that's where you want it to be. That's what a habit is. It becomes a part of your life. And you just need to do it, because when you don't do it, you feel crappy. If you're walking regularly, you can start to walk faster. You can try to go up a hill to challenge yourself. If you're currently running a 5K regularly and you have been for a long time, or you've been running it at the same pace for a long time, train to run it faster. Train to run 10K. It's just super important to know where you're at before you choose your goal and sign up for any programs. And the main reason why exercise doesn't work for people is that they fail to do it consistently enough. And I see this over and over. This is the main reason why people drop out of my programs is they're not consistent. They don't make the time for it. And if you're not doing it, it doesn't become a habit. It just stays hard all the time and you get injured. Only when you're putting the work in week after week and loving how it makes you feel can you start to ramp up your intensity and see some major results and feel some accomplishment. And some key exercise principles to keep in mind. So I'm not talking about how fast or how frequently you should go. None of those sort of data details, but I'm keeping it real here, you guys. I want you to forget the go hard or go home mentality. When you're trying to get up, you're trying to get moving. If you go hard or go home, you're going to get injured. This is like that. It's like the diet, right? You just jump in, you try to do everything, and then you fail and you feel shitty. So don't go hard or go home. I want you to think about quality over quantity. What makes you feel good? I want you to do exercise that you're going to do. I want you to focus on good posture, swinging your arms. I want you to focus on deep breathing, connecting with your core. Those are the important things when you're getting started, and they're the important things as you get better as well and you want to get faster, you want to go further. You always need to focus on the quality over the quantity, and that's where the physiotherapist in me comes out. And in some of my programs, people just they expect me just to push and push and push them, but I love being in the groups and helping people because I'm able to pull them back. And some people need to be pushed and some people need to be pulled back. So quality over quantity, you guys, and choose something that fits into your lifestyle. I would love to go to the gym. It doesn't fit in my lifestyle. When am I going to get to the gym? So I need to just not go there. But what works for me is just waking up early and going outside. So I run. That's kind of the main reason I run, and then I've learned to love it along the way. Walking is the same. Lots of people love to do workouts in their house. If that's your thing, if you want to get up whenever you have time, have a workout you can do at home, no equipment, whatever fits into your lifestyle. Again, if I chose, I would love to do a marathon, but I'm pretty sure my family would disintegrate if I did a marathon and I was gone for that much time. So you need to fit something into your lifestyle. Super important. In a nutshell, exercise helps us move better, feel better, look better, and age better. Exercise is medicine, but there's more to it than that. We talked about this already. We're so busy in our lives these days. We have more double parent working families. There's so much overwhelm because of the amount of information that's out there. Like, how do you even sort through it? And it just it paralyzes you, all that information out there. So we're keeping it simple here. Just get moving. But you also can't run off a bad diet. And sometimes the easiest thing is to just go for a walk. I'm walking 3 days a week, or I'm running 3 days a week, but I'm not losing any weight. Actually, maybe I'm gaining weight. And that happens because you can't run off a bad diet. Dietary lifestyle change is extremely hard. Our lives are so busy. And when I went to Costa Rica last year and I slowed my life down, I wasn't like bombarded with fast food and pre-made food everywhere I turned. Here sometimes I think we don't even have a chance because the lines are blurred between what's real and what's not real, and what's healthy and what's not healthy. And there's just so much out there that making lifestyle dietary changes is hard, you guys. And again, when I slowed down, I was able to prepare and cook my own meals, where in my life now, where I'm working almost full time, my husband's working full time, my kids are in daycare full time, it's really hard. But you need to make good eating habits. We need to focus on it. We can't ignore it. We can't pretend that it's not happening. We can't diet because we need to make it about more than weight. We need to make it a value system in us, what's important to us. And what's important to me is real food, bananas, mangoes, apples. I cut these things up. I put them in smoothies. I pack my kids' lunch full of them. And mine, because it's more than the kids. It's also about you. I mean, so many times I pack everyone else, I get everyone else packed, but I don't leave anything for me. And you need to focus on you. Make sure you are getting these things as well. Real food. You need to make it part of your value system, you guys, to help with that lifestyle change, because it's hard to stick with it every day, every week, every month. Of course you can go out for dinner here and you can grab a snack there, but consistency most of the time is what's important. So we are going to talk about the next 3 strategies are actually around food, and one of them is planning for success. when we fail to plan, we plan to fail. If I don't plan my meals out for the week and have them ready to go, we eat pizza. It's just the way it is. If I plan, I save money. It's huge for my life, and I'm not a planner, never been a planner. I like to just sort of flail around on the seat of my pants, but um, when I decided that eating healthy and living a healthy lifestyle for my people, my family, which means eating real food, um, I have to plan. I have no choice. I do it on Sundays and Wednesdays. I fill my fridge and my pantries with food that's easy to grab. Cut up all the vegetables. I mean, it's simple, right? Like cutting up all the vegetables, having eggs that are easy to boil or pre-boiled, chicken. Baking a bunch of chicken breasts, chopping them up and leaving them in the fridge so I can just add them to a quick salad as I go. It really doesn't take long, but again, I'm overwhelmed with recipes, overwhelmed with Pinterest, don't know what to make. And I always get people emailing me and asking me like, what should I make for dinner? And what's real food? And, it's too much information. We just need to think about keeping it back to the basics. And that's balanced meals, right? Like, what do you even make in a meal? What do you put on your plate? You need a protein. You need what was that supposed to be? It's supposed to be a healthy fat. A healthy fat, a lean protein, a veggie, and a carb with every meal. And if you can do that, you can have that plan and ready for every meal, and you're eating consistently 3 meals a day. You're not going to even want a snack. You're going to be full. You're going to be satiated. You're going to, that's going to sustain you until your next meal or your healthy snack that you've already prepped in your fridge that's ready to go. And there's tons of great sites out there. And one that I really love is 100daysofrealfood.com. They have menu plans. I think they have 4 weeks of free menu plans that lay it all out for you, like what you should cook. And sometimes I love that because like an exercise plan. I love training for a race because when I wake up, my workout's there. I don't have to think about it, I just do it. These meal plans are the same. They're real food, they're simple, they're easy to make, and I just wake up or I wake up on Sunday and I know what to go to shop for and I just make it. So check that out. Your next strategy, number 3, is quality over quantity. So like I talked about it with movement, quality over quantity, the same goes for food. Calorie restrictive diets are stressful. You're counting calories, you're focusing on what you shouldn't do. And when you focus on real food, and I'm talking unprocessed food, unpackaged food, and you're thinking about your snacks, you're thinking about the quality of those snacks. And I want you to ask yourself next time you're going to reach for your snack in the mid-morning or in the afternoon, is this going to nourish my body? Is this going to give it what it needs? Or are these empty calories? Like, what is in this? If you want to say what is in this, you probably shouldn't eat it. You should probably go grab, an almond butter and a banana, or some hummus and carrot sticks. It's real simple food. Number 4, and this for moms, probably moms of any age, is so important, and we don't take care of this enough in ourselves. It's stress. Stress is so hard on our bodies, and we are busy, and between processed foods, toxicity in our environments, and our stress, our bodies are confused, and we're juggling way too much, going through our days at warp speed. Our hormone levels are out of whack, like cortisol and insulin are elevated, and elevating these hormones and putting our bodies out of whack, it sabotages our weight loss efforts, and it actually causes weight gain. So we need to slow down. We need to reset. We need to cut processed foods. We need to decrease the toxicity in our environments, in our bodies. Processed food is toxicity in our bodies. And we need to take time for self-care. And decreasing stress, first thing to do is to acknowledge it. What are the stressors in your life? And I often think about it as what in my life takes my energy? Like, what is taking my energy? What do I dread about my day? And then what do I love about my day? What lights me up? What gets me excited? What makes me feel good? And I really try do less of the negative and more of the positive, even if it's something small. Start with something really small. These are the 4 strategies we're going to work on in my upcoming program, 28 Days of Getting Started for Running Moms, or for moms. We're going to talk more about that program at the end, but this is just some quick strategies, some quick mindfulness to these strategies that are simple but again, difficult to implement. So what's stopping you guys? There's a big discrepancy between what we should be doing, because we know it, all the information's there, it's everywhere, we've got the internet, it's full, but there's a discrepancy between what we know and what we're actually doing, right? Type right if you, underneath there in the comments, if you agree with me, like you know what you should be doing, but you're just not doing it. So what is holding you back? There's tons of roadblocks out there. And again, as moms, I'm not making excuses for us, but it is our reality, right? Like time, where do we find the time to do this stuff? We put everyone else's needs above our own. There's also costs for things. There's getting started. There's not being motivated. There's being exhausted, feeling self-conscious to get starting, fear of not being able to stick with it, not knowing what to do. These are all real roadblocks for you. And if you guys can think of them, write them down for yourself. What are your roadblocks? And then start to think about outside of the box, what you can do to get through them. We're going to talk more about that later. So the 3 most common roadblocks that I see all the time in my physio practice and in my running groups are time. Don't have enough time. Number 1 for anything. Knowledge. How do I know what exercises are best for me? And motivation. I'd like to, but I can't get going. And when I get started, I just can't stick to it. So time. A great tip is you do not have to spend hours at the gym to get some quality time in for your exercise. There's some simple things you can do. I mean, all of this. Walk, take the elevator, take the stairs. You know this. Go for a 10-minute walk on your lunch break instead of sitting in the cafeteria having your lunch with all the girls. Get up and go for a walk. And some interesting things maybe that, if you go for 10 minutes, you can do that 3 times a day and add it up. That's fine. You just need to be mindful of this. You need to be mindful to take the time because you know what you can do. It's doing it. Make the choice to move more. The roadblock number 2 is knowledge. You're not sure what to do. You're not sure where to begin. And honestly, it's not rocket science. That's one of my sayings. If you've worked with me before, is it's not rocket science. You just need to get up and you need to go. So start with a walk. Walking is a great place to start if you're doing nothing or you don't have much. And I love it because walking, it satisfies your de-stress and your exercise. So some of these can be taken care of with one thing, with exercise, right? Start with 15 to 20 minutes a day. Like I said, it adds up. Just go. Don't overcomplicate it. Walk, eat real food, get outside, take some time for self-care. And the key is to find something that you enjoy and then do it consistently week after week after week. Make it a habit so that you don't want to miss it. Our bodies were made to move. They were made to function best when we eat real food. Walking is one of the simplest, easiest things you can do when you're getting started. Oh, again, always remember to check with your doctor. Roadblock number 3 is motivation. I just don't feel motivated to exercise. Big sigh. Again, we talked about this. This is where you go back to that. How do you want to feel, right? I want to feel sexy. I want to feel strong. I want to feel energized. Well, what makes you feel that when I get up in the morning and do my workout? Well, when the alarm goes off, should you get up at that alarm or should you go to sleep? And if you have that in your mind, how you want to feel and why you're doing it, you should be able to get up every time. So set an intention. Sometimes I love when people set intentions, how you want to feel after that workout, as opposed to goals. I need to work out 3 times this week. Like, that's great. It's good to have that. But how do you want to feel because of those workouts? And for me, I know, especially when I'm working on my job a lot, it's hard. It's hard to get up. It's hard to go at lunchtime. But I think, do I want to spend the rest of my day at my desk, on the phone, feeling heavy and groggy and lethargic, or do I want to get up and go for that run and feel excited and energized and ready to take on the rest of my day with some enthusiasm? And going for that run wins every time, right? So when you're thinking about motivation, we talked about this at the beginning too. Keep asking yourself, what is my health and fitness goal, and why is that goal important to me? Why do I want to run 5K? Why do I want to be a runner? Why is that important to me? How is what I'm currently doing working for me? So this is a really good question to say too when you're lacking motivation. Well, how is that eating how are those eating habits going for you? And for me, it was scheduling and planning my meals. I'm complaining about eating food. I'm complaining how hard it is. I'm complaining how we eat too much pizza, but I'm not scheduling myself. So how is that working for me? Well, it's not working for me. Okay, well then make a change. Okay, good. I'm going to plan every Sunday and prep food. Great. Now it works for me. And the more you do it, the more it becomes a habit and the easier it gets to do. So why are you not feeling motivated? I want you to be honest with yourself and what do you think is holding you back? So look at your own unique roadblocks, you guys. Are you self-conscious? Are you bored, frustrated, discouraged, run down, and tired? Do you not have a good support network? Do you not know what to do? I know for me, for exercise, no one supports me in that but me. So I use my online groups to keep my motivation, my support up, because that's important and I need it. No one else wants to hear about my runs. And it's a big part of my life. It's a big part of my mental health. It's a big part of my self-care and my stress management. So work through your own roadblocks, you guys. And ways to find some motivation and to get you going is to seriously do something you like. I mean, yeah, it's great to be a runner. We all love it. The pictures are great. But if you don't like it, you can't get into it. It's painful. It's not right for you. You're not ready for it yet. And again, I have a whole separate webinar on postpartum running and why it is hard on your body. You need to do something you like that feels good. Remind yourself about your why. Avoid boredom. Bring music. I did a poll in my Running Moms group. Do you listen to music or do you like it? Do you like quiet time when you're out exercising? And I think I'd say about 95% of people said they prefer to have music. So, put the music on, get yourself going, get yourself motivated and excited. Train for an event. So set your goal, know why you're doing it, choose it very specifically based on the level that you're at, but sign up for something with a target date, and then tell everybody about it because that's going to get you motivated. It's going to fire you up. And then get a structured plan. Have a plan of action because it's like the planning of your meals. If you wake up and you don't know what you're going to eat, you're going to eat crap. So if you wake up and you don't know what you're going to do for exercise, you don't know how you're going to get to that goal, you're going to just flounder and you're not going to get there. So get a plan and then get yourself a support network. That's why I have the online groups. It's a great support network to get you there, keep you on task, and be accountable. Fitness tracking devices, lots of people love these. It helps them compete against themselves, against other people they know. Personally, that stresses me out. I don't like numbers. I don't like that kind of competition. I can internally motivate myself enough. I don't need that. But that's just me. Some people love them. Pedometers, Fitbits, Run Keepers, iSmooth Run, get it. Whatever you need to motivate you, we're all different. And keep it simple, you guys. Again, just don't overcomplicate anything. You need to focus on where you want to go and how you want to look and feel. And my top secret tip, the best, simple, time-saving exercise plan that will have you on your way to being more toned, fit, and energized is don't prioritize what's on your schedule. Schedule your priorities. Not maybe what you expected, but you need to make sure that you are on your list of priorities because it is so easy to feed everyone else, take everyone else to swimming, to soccer, to hockey, and you sit on the sidelines eating cheesies because that's all you've got in your purse and it's probably an open bag from last week. So you need to make yourself a priority, you guys. Seriously. Make time to exercise. Make time to meal plan. Think quality over quantity and take care of you. If you make yourself and these things a high enough priority, you're going to find the time. None of us have the time. I don't have the time, but I make the time because I know I need to. It makes me feel the best and it keeps me together. You're going to feel good and your body and your mind are going to start to change. And at first, it's really hard to get started. But once you get going, it's really hard to stop and go back to old ways. So moving forward, you guys, I'm talking a mile a minute because I want to get through this, but setting goals, consider, we talked about setting those intentions, but if you want to set goals now, I want you to consider how active you are currently and where do you want to be in 4 weeks from right now. If you're talking a year out or 2 years out, that's too far. So much can change in that period. Work within a period of time that you know sort of what your life's going to be like for the next 4 weeks and what can you commit to? What do you want to commit to in the next 4 weeks that is challenging enough to push you, but not so challenging that you get discouraged? Start from here in a 4-week block to get you started. Remember your why to keep you motivated for the next 4 weeks. Remember your why. I love when you telling people to compare yourself to yesterday. So this week I'm going to work out 3 times. I do it great. Last week I didn't. I'm working out 3 days this week. I feel great. Compare yourself to yesterday, because if you compare yourself to that number on the scale, if you compare yourself to that ideal where you want to be all the time, and you want to keep that in the back of your head, but if you're always comparing yourself and that gap is very big, you're going to feel overwhelmed and discouraged. So think about the small steps you're taking along the way to get there, and celebrate every small success along the way, because it is a journey. It's a journey to get to 5K, to a half marathon, to a marathon. It's a journey to live a healthy lifestyle, and you need to celebrate those small successes so that you're building that cycle of positive energy, a positive reinforcement to keep you going in the right direction. And if you stop and you look ahead and you see that gap and you focus on that gap between where you are and where you want to be, you're going to have trouble every time. So for the next 4 weeks, what do you need to shift in your life to make this happen? Do you need to change your schedule, change your focus, your priorities, something else? Make a list of all of your priorities and take 3 of them off. Put you on there. I want you to write your goal down. You guys think about this. You don't have to do it right now, but for the next 30 days, I'm going to exercise how many times a week for approximately how many minutes a day, and I want to feel this way. And it doesn't have to be exercise. I'm going to meal plan. I'm going to prepare. I'm going to think quality. I'm going to take self-care time this many times a week. Whatever is important to you. We're all different. Whew, that was a lot, you guys. That was fast. I'm so passionate and excited about this. I just want to give it all this information to you, and this is where you can get overwhelmed, so you need to take a breath. I'm going to put this in replay. Maybe you want to listen to it again. But today we talked about 4 strategies you can start to implement today to get you from sofa to sensational in 30 days. So that's get moving, think quality over quantity, meal plan, and take some time for self-care. We talked about the 3 most common roadblocks to becoming more fit and active and how you can overcome them. How to assess what level you're at and why that's important. We talked about the big secret to simple and time-saving habits to transform your health. And that's just consistency and prioritizing yourself. And we talked about how to set some goals. And I have a program coming up. It's a Running Moms 101 Getting Started. It's a 28-day challenge to getting started. And we are going to go through week by week. So it's 28 days, so it's 4 weeks. Week by week, we're going to focus on each of these topics. So week 1 is get moving. Week 2 is I think it's meal planning. Week 3 is stress. Week 4 is whatever's left. Each week we're going to focus on one topic, so you can implement some very small changes to get you going. But it all starts with movement. I always put movement first, because few things in life can match the euphoria you feel after a great workout. Your muscles are tired, you've worked up a serious sweat, and your mind is relaxed. And for that moment, you are free of stress and worry, and everything else feels amazing. I just love that quote. It just calms me down right here, because everything starts with movement, you guys. When you move, you're going to want to drink more water. You're going to want to eat better. You're going to just be more mindful of what you're doing all day long. And it also doubles as a stress reliever. I see that over and over and over again in my runners and anyone who joins my programs when they choose to move. So your future self will thank you for the decisions you've made today, you guys. Thank you so much for being here. If you're still listening, thank you. I hope that you've taken something away. I want your feedback. I want to know what you thought of this. I want to know what you want to know more about, what you thought was not helpful. I'm not super great doing these kind of webinars because my brain goes a mile a minute, and it's hard to get it all out in some kind of organized fashion. But here we are. I've given you some stuff. And the support of a coach or a mentor can really help you reach those goals much quicker when you find somebody that you that you believe in, that you trust, that you like, So I hope that I've stimulated some learning, some excitement, some energy, some real solutions to maybe some of the problems you're having. And I am starting, like I said, the 28-day program, the Getting Started program. It's going to take you through these changes, and we're going to work as a group. We're going to support each other. I've got extra tips and tricks to get you through and to keep you accountable and to help you celebrate those small successes along the way. And that is the beauty. Thank God for the internet. You know, if I didn't have these groups when I have little kids, as I have bigger kids, as I'm trying to stick to my programs and push myself forward, I don't know. I'd be so lonely and isolated, and that's why I connect women. That's why I've made this a mom's community, because we all get each other, and it's a really supportive place to be. So if you want in on this program, I'm going to put the link below where to sign up and the start dates, and I'm going to offer it to everyone here for $12. It's $12 to join me for 28 days of getting you up and moving to feeling sensational in 28 days. But if you feel like you're good, you're going to take this information, you're already doing this stuff, you have the support you need, you have the plan you need, you're good, then amazing. I'm so happy for you. Take that, share this with anyone else that you think might benefit. Share your stories, any tips, anything you want to share to celebrate your successes in the Running Moms group, because if you're listening to this, you're probably in our Running Moms community already, and use us there. But if you want in on this structured private coaching mentoring group with me for 28 days to get you started, and it is a fabulous place to get in the habit and get you started on that positive cycle of feeling good and feeling successful and making positive strides in your health and wellness and your self-care, then join me. Again, the link is below. The start date's there, and I'm excited to get this group going. It's actually one of my favorite groups to run because people can make such huge gains and strides in their health and wellness and their mental health. And it all starts with movement, you guys. Thank you so much for joining, for listening. I'm here live in this group right now, but we're going to have to type to each other. So type in your questions. I'll answer them. If anyone wants to talk to me one-on-one, I would love to do a discovery call with you. I love talking to you guys. I mean, most of the time on the internet, typing away, and that's good when we're all quick and in and out, but I do make time in my week to schedule calls with people. So please reach out, email me. I'm at carrie@runningmoms.com, and if you like this, tell everybody you know, and I'll do it again. Thanks, you guys. Take care.